The moment Jasmine Crockett broke the internet and changed everything. Picture this. You're sitting in a TV studio, cameras rolling, millions watching. The former president just called you a clown on national television, said you had less intelligence than a goldfish, and the crowd laughed. What do? Most people would stumble, get defensive, maybe even walk away. But Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, she leaned forward, looked straight into that camera, and delivered a line that would break the internet in less than 24 hours. This is a story of how one sentence changed everything. The setup, it was supposed to be just another political panel. For talking heads, one moderator, the usual back and forth about policy. But the producers had something different in mind. They queued up Trump's latest rally clip from Amarillo, Texas, one where he'd gotten particularly nasty. Jasmine sat stage left, arms folded, expression unreadable. She'd been singled out before, but this time felt different. This time it was personal. When the clip rolled, Trump's voice filled the studio. Jasmine Crockett, I've seen more intelligence in a goldfish. These people send clowns to Congress and then wonder why the country smells like failure. The crowd in the clip roared. Someone held up a sign with her name and a cartoon nose. When it ended, the studio went dead silent. You could hear the hum of monitors, a muffled cough from the sound booth. Moderator Glenn Barkley finally looked at her. Congresswoman Crockett, you've heard what the former president had to say. Would you like to respond? The moment, Jasmine exhaled softly, tilted her head, then leaned forward. Not rushed, not rehearsed. Just ready. Look, she began, calm as ever. I'm not going to entertain the man's obsession with calling women names. If you can smell intelligence, no wonder you're confused whenever I'm around. The studio cracked. Glenn tried to stay composed, but broke into a chuckle. The Republican strategist's jaw dropped. The journalist from Phoenix smiled and glanced at the producer as if to say, Y'all caught that, right? What followed wasn't just laughter. It was that silent acknowledgement when someone flips the power dynamic in one sentence. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. I've worked too hard, studied too long, and fought for too many people to waste my energy on the verbal habits of a man who struggles with truth, grammar, and volume control. The Republican tried to jump in with something about decorum, about respect. She didn't even look his way. I'm a sitting member of Congress, not a prop in a rally. Let's talk about policy, not playground stuff. It was no longer just a segment. It was a moment, real, unfiltered, impossible to ignore. The explosion, before the show even cut to commercial, and in turn had posted raw footage from behind control room glass. Within an hour, that clip was everywhere. Twitter exploded with variations of her quote. TikTok went wild. A 19-year-old from Bakersfield lip-synced a line, wearing oversized glasses and a fake congressional nameplate. It hit 2.3 million views overnight. Celebrities jumped in. Kerry Washington reposted. Ava DuVernay tweeted one word, precision. By morning, the smell heard around the world was trending in 5 countries. Jasmine hadn't just clapped back. She cracked something open, the backlash. But with viral fame came the trolls. Conservative bloggers spun it as disrespect. Fox News ran panels about whether she was sinking to Trump's level. Her office received suspicious packages. Staff got threatening calls. The fascinating part? She hadn't said anything crude. She hadn't cursed or yelled. She told the truth and made it sting. And for that, she was painted as the problem. One voicemail chilled her. You've poked the bear, Congresswoman. Watch your back. The unexpected allies. Then something strange happened. Congressman Franklin Garrison, 67-year-old Navy vet, Montana Republican who'd once called her a spark plug with too much voltage, called her hotel room. Jasmine, I just want to say you handled yourself well. Don't let this noise wear you down. You're more than a moment. Days later, Elliot Brandt, a deeply conservative rancher from Idaho, went on live TV to defend her. She answered a crude insult with intelligence and poise, and it scared people who were used to shouting others down. Social media didn't know what to do. Half the right called him a traitor. The left didn't trust him. but his words added unexpected weight to her stance. The deeper conversation. As the noise died down, something bigger emerged. This wasn't just about Trump anymore. It was about how quickly people questioned Jasmine's tone, her temperament, her right to hit back with confidence. High school teachers played the clip in civics class. College campuses held panels. The Seattle Post-Intelligencer ran a piece called "The Cost of Being Heard" that trended for 3 days. One article asked, "Why do black women get labeled aggressive for defending themselves? Why are they expected to smile through everything?" The invitations poured in: panels, lectures, symposiums. Jasmine declined most. She didn't want to be studied. She just wanted to work. The real impact. But then came the moments that mattered. A high school student named Adrian took 2 buses to meet her in Kansas. She'd been on the speech team, but always spoke softly because people called her rude when she didn't. "After I heard you, I tried something different," Adrian said, showing Jasmine a speech titled, "Why I Speak Clearly, Not Softly." I got a standing ovation. First time ever. Teachers printed Jasmine's quotes and taped them to classroom doors. Public defenders read them in staff meetings. Young organizers added them to campaign flyers. At a community center in Cedar Rapids, facing a circle of 40 people, Jasmine said something that would end up on T-shirts. "I'm not going to dilute myself just to be digestible." The return. 2 months later, Jasmine returned to the same studio. Same panel. Same chair. This time felt different. When Glenn asked if she regretted anything, her answer was simple. "No, I don't." I answered a public insult with a public truth. I didn't curse. I didn't belittle. I responded. And that's allowed. Even the Republican strategists who'd opposed her before admitted, "You didn't just respond. You ignited a real conversation, one we weren't having." After the taping, a camera tech approached her. "My daughter watches you now. She writes speeches in her notebook. Told me she wants to be the smart one who doesn't apologize." The legacy. That night, Jasmine sat on her couch with iced tea, talking to her mother about fixing porch steps and whether the neighbor's cat was ugly or just misunderstood. Normal life had returned, but something had shifted. She looked at her college graduation photo, younger, smiling wide, head held just as high as now. She didn't need a headline or a quote or a clapback. She had her name, her voice, her frame, and she was holding it. The lesson: this isn't just a story about a viral moment. It's about what happens when someone decides to stop apologizing for being smart, black, and female in politics. It's about the ripple effects of refusing to shrink. Jasmine Crockett didn't just defend herself that day. She gave permission to countless others to speak clearly, not softly, to be digestible on their own terms, not someone else's. Because sometimes the most radical act isn't raising your voice, it's refusing to lower it. And that smell of intelligence? It's been filling rooms ever since.